Oh my God. May this message get out to whoever it will, so that you, whoever you are, and you see this message, may you share it by word, by mouth, to another human being outside of this device and this narrow little screen. I am just so tired of having to rely on this internet, this AI in here that is programmed by humans who want to specifically only allow certain messages to come through, and other messages to be lost in translation or not be seen. My point being is that I had a message that came through about there is no such thing as freedom. There is no such thing as freedom if only some of us are free and not all of us are. Okay, if some of us are free, then none of us are free, because that means we are forgetting that we are a collective and that there are powers. There are people in power, there are energies that thrive on our separation, thrive on us being complacent, thrive on us feeling like there's nothing we can do, when even if there is so much power in the money aspect of things and in the aspect of the energy of violence, of beating someone to submission, there is always love, which doesn't mean spiritual bypassing, which is what I'm trying to get at. There's this eminent energy of wanting to forget that you live in this world, that you live with the collective, with your neighbors. Your neighbors are real. The people who are dying are real. The people who are suffering are real. That oppressed and the oppressor are real, and just because you don't see it, and just because it's not happening to you or in your peripheral or in your country or in your space or in your city or with your children, it does not mean that it's not real and that it's not being felt and that there's nothing we can do about it, because there is something we can do about it. There is word by mouth. We can talk to other human beings. We don't need these devices per se. We could use these devices, but we can also spread a message through word, through energy. If half of the ones who spiritually bypass things by saying we are going to be removing ourselves from this collective and transferring into some new earth idea of a new earth. I'm sorry, I get passionate about this because I believe that those in power want us to believe that all we can do is just sit here in front of the screen and share messages like this for us to render a message, when there is so much more. There is energetic messages, okay? There is word by mouth. Whoever you are who is looking at this, you go and tell one other person. That one other person might tell 5 other people, and those 5 other people might tell 10 other people, each of them. And with that is how we have power as of people. And the more people we come together, there's more of us. There's more of us than there are those in power. Then there are those who are in control, that want us to believe we have no control, that want us to believe we have no power. And of course, they have people who are literally this AI, this algorithm. There is people who are controlling the narrative, who are literally jotting down their programming. Okay, they have programmers who are programming these AIs, who are making sure that certain messages don't get out, and I'm 100% sure that this message won't get out to everyone. But whoever it does, it's important that you get out of there, outside of this screen, and go and talk about the fact that it doesn't matter whether someone talked shit about you yesterday or the day before, or is talking shit about you right now. Whether it doesn't matter whether you think you are free, and because you are free, you're gonna ignore the reality of everything going on around the world with all the unaliving and all of the, trying to the erasure of people as a whole, and not just in one space, but in many spaces. That it doesn't matter how much disconnected you are, how much spiritual bypassing you decide that is okay, even though deep in your heart, deep down there, it. Something in you is telling you that you're spiritually bypassing. Something in there is telling you that there's more to this life than allowing ourselves to believe that we have no power. As in, we do not have the capability as a collective to turn the tides, the sands of times. To turn the direction and the shifting of a collective unity to a space where everyone is free. With the dismantling of the power that is being abused and misused happens. Because it's possible. If you who are watching us goes out and talks to 5 people about this, about forgetting about the bullshit, about someone else doing that is being petty, because humans are humans. We're silly little humans, and we're going to do our silly little things like talking shit about other people, gossiping, being petty, whatever the case, cheating, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not talking about abuse. That's obviously, that is a reflection, that is a mirror. If you are being abused, if someone is abusive, if you've been abused and you want to get away from that, and now you're in a space where you're ignoring the realities of those who are being abused, then there is a perpetuation of the abuse cycle, but as a macro of there is abuse in power, someone in power who is abusive and is abusing the people. Sorry, raging about all these words of abuse. Point being is that spiritual bypassing, aka ignoring the realities of where you live, in the sense of this collective, you live in this world. This is real. I'm real. You're real. Outside of this, go out there and look at the trees and look at the birds and look at the life that there is. And now think about somebody who is there and who cannot be in that space of embracing and loving on this earth, and the earth loving on them because of men. And by men, I don't mean the sex, I mean the people in power who have created a reality for those people that cannot enjoy nature and the sun and the grass and their loved ones smiling and running because they don't know if they're going to live by tomorrow. They don't know if they're going to make it, if their child is going to make it, or those who are mourning more than one child, those who are mourning more than one loved one, who are having to see and witness their loved ones die because of man. If this amount of people, the equivalent of this, can make something like that happen, this of the people, as in the collective, you and me, and everyone out there, energetically can make something else happen. Yes, prayer, energetically, speaking out about this, talking to other people, not just through here, but word by mouth, speaking about what matters with each other, reminding each other that none of the petty shit matters, that what matters right now is us being a collective, united, because united we stand, divided we fall. And I know that it's so cliche, but it's so real. And I hope this gets out to whoever needs it to get out. And I hope you do what you need to do. Yes, I'm gonna do what I need to do outside of this fucking space. Peace out.